Stop the cap. Stop trying to pretend like you don't know what we're talking about, like you don't know that this is an agenda freaking move.
Facts.
I don't give a about that you could find 4 comic books over the last 20 years where you see a female Silver Surfer. And guess what? Even though there's a female Silver Surfer, doesn't make it good. Just because it's in the comic doesn't make it a good comic. You need to stop the bullshit. Just because something comes from a comic book doesn't make it right. Because let me tell you something, as somebody who read thousands and thousands of comic books, a lot of comics are trash. The MCU's dead. I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Come see me. I don't do the comment section bullshit. I've learned my lesson. I did that in my rookie year of YouTube. Maybe my first 2-3 years of YouTube, I would still go and get into back and forths with people in the comments. But I know that people in the comments just want to see themselves type. I had to learn that. People just want to see their opinion in raw form and nobody to try to contradict or come back at it. That's the internet, ladies and gentlemen. So what I do have smoke for is motherfuckers want to come up in the live chat and talk to me. A nice civil discussion. Man to woman, man to man, man to boy, boy to girl, trans, don't freaking matter. Let's have this conversation. But first, I got to talk about this new article that came from Bob Iger, who says he doesn't even know if people know what woke means. Oh, this is one thing that I would probably agree with him on. Woke Disney criticism. He says, quote, a lot of people don't even really understand what it means. Wow, wow, wow. This guy is a douchebag, but at least he might be onto something here. In a wide-ranging interview with CNBC, he's talked and laid some ground rules down about how he feels about where Disney is. And my mouse is all over the place, excuse me. The board engaged in the succession process the moment that I came back. They're taking it very, very seriously. I don't think it has changed because of the activism battle at all. They established this as their #1 priority from the moment that I came back. They formed a committee right away. They've been meeting regularly. They're going to meet even more regularly going forward. I'm going to be here forever. This is the talk about how the shareholders and the stockholders have this clique where they really micromanage what Bob Iger is doing with Disney, because very few of us could refute the fact that Disney has taken a very agenda-focused approach when it comes to the MCU. He has a contract that goes through 2026. So we're going to be dealing with this man for at least another couple of years.
Damn.
He says, I think it's really important to have a good transition process when he talked about, making that move, because when 2026 comes, you're going to have a successor. And he's basically just lollygagging with the situation. So they asked a lot of things about his issues with the proxies, fighting him and all that stuff. They talked about the Ike Perlmutter stuff in the Kevin Feige era. Ike Perlmutter probably has been out of power in the MCU probably as early as 2012, 2013, 14, around there somewhere. But he was asked whether it was true if he was prepared to step down from Disney, because a lot of people want him to step down from Disney. He says his presence on the board will be believed and it will be wanted. People have been coming after... We're talking about Iger's talking about himself. People have been coming after me and the company for years. Bob Iger didn't seem to acknowledge the critiques of Disney's content being woke. That type of content had a negative effect on Disney and the numbers and the MCU and Disney Plus, as you guys know. He says the term woke is thrown around rather liberally. No pun intended in that regard. I think a lot of people don't even understand really what it means. And here's his response to this shit. I think the noise is sort of quieted down. I've been preaching this for a long time, and the company before I left, and since I came back, then our #1 goal is to entertain. The bottom line is that infusing messaging as a sort of #1 priority in our films and TV shows is not what we're up to. We need to be entertaining, and where the Disney company can have a positive impact on the world, whether it's, fostering acceptance and understanding of people of all different types, great. Bullshit on the last part. The first part, yeah, I don't think people do know what woke means. I'm woke. E-Man, do you think that you're woke?
I think I can.
I don't think you're all the way woke yet. You're still very much blinded. You and a couple of other people that we know, very blinded. But me, third eye's open. I got a halo ringing. I got singing people in my ear. I know what time it is. I see what's going on. Hard to get old Jody Joe. I know what time it is. But that's not what Dizzy is. But Geeks and Gamers will tell you that woke is, too many black people. Black, white, female, LGBT. Oh, there's too many people of color in this movie. They're woke. Dang. Lashonda Lynch in 007. Woke. Peach being an all-knower and do-gooder over Mario and making Mario emasculated in the Mario movie. Woke. Those are two gay fish in Finding Dory. And they swam by real quick and then swam off. Woke! That's not what woke is, bro. It's a term that, Geeks and Gamers toxicity has turned into a very negative term. To be woke was to be proud of something. You need to be proud of being woke. I'm proud of being woke. But then when you say the term woke in society on the internet, people think what the dumb Geeks and Gamers say. Oh, I don't want to be that. Oh, that's not good. That's why Disney's failing, because they just do the diversity. They don't care. Nah, bro. I'm woke at this motherfucker. I'm so woke that I can expose Geeks and Gamers for not being woke, because they think that woke is bad, which shows they don't know what woke means, just like Bob Iger said. And that's the only thing I'm going to agree with this trash motherfucker Bob Iger on. Well, if that's the case, though, Bob, with the second fact that you said that, oh, no, everything's been dying down. Well, tell me that there's no agendas involved with the castings of the MCU. Then tell me, what the freak is this? Why the heck on earth did you cast this white girl to be Silver Surfer? That's what I want to know. There's no agenda? This is alignment with your agenda for the last 6-7 years, brother. That ain't Norrin Rad.
Thanks.
What's her name? Some other bullshit that nobody freaking knows or cares about. Oh, wait. Here come insert nerd comment here. It's in the comics. There was a comic, though. Bitch, please. That shit ain't working on me. You're talking to somebody who read motherfucking comics. Even though it was in the 90s. I used to read. I was at the motherfucking comic book shop Tuesdays and Wednesdays, homie. You missed me with that. I'm the one that was changing the labels. $2, changing that to 50 cents.
You damn thief.
I only got $5. I need to get all these books this week.
I get this,
bro.
50 cents.
And I'm telling you, when no goddamn female Silver Surfer being bought or being read.
That's fine.
This is some Elseworld non-canon bullshit. Multiversal shit that no one cares about. Oh no. Calvin Ellis is a black Superman. I could show you a Calvin Ellis black Superman comic book. That does not mean that you make the DCU Superman black. It's the same goddamn thing. So you Marvel fanboys, take that Marvel stick out your butt, you freaking cocksuckers, and stop capping. You know this is bullshit. Norrin Rad is the Silver Surfer, the man that everyone knows. He's a man. And everybody knows him as the silver guy on the board, not her. Stop the cap. Stop trying to pretend like you don't know what we're talking about, like you don't know that this is an agenda freaking move.
Facts.
I don't give a shit about that you could find 4 comic books over the last 20 years where you see a female Silver Surfer. And guess what? Even though there's a female Silver Surfer, doesn't make it good. Just because it's in the comic doesn't make it a good comic. You need to stop the bullshit. Just because something comes from a comic book doesn't make it right. Because let me tell you something, as somebody who read thousands and thousands of comic books, a lot of comics are trash. Utter trash. The Guardians of the Galaxy in the comics, Guardians of garbage. James Gunn made the Guardians pop. They're garbage. And let me tell you another thing. You know how awesome the Avengers are? In the 90s, when I was reading comics, they were hoed by the Fantastic Four, Justice League, Justice Society, and X-Men. When nobody reading Avengers like that. Yeah, they knew of them. You might pick it up. Oh, that's cool. And see what they're doing. Okay, cool. I like Thor. I like Hulk. He's in the Avengers. I'll do that shit. Ain't nobody reading no motherfucking Ant-Man.
Or Captain America.
Barely Iron Man. So stop the cap. This shit don't work on me. I'm only saying this because a lot of people in a lot of comment sections say these I see it all over Twitter. It's in the comics. Since when is that the Holy Grail? So because it's in the comic is trash. I bet you that comic is garbage. It's a female Silver Surfer in it. I don't want to see this. Where's Norrin? It's the same thing that happened when She-Hulk pop up. Oh, I like She-Hulk. Yeah. Where Hulk at though?
Yeah.
It's nice to see you, She-Hulk. Where Hulk?
Yeah. Where Bruce at? Where Bruce?
A female Silver Surfer in the comics is nothing on the level of Supergirl.
That's fact.
Supergirl is a standalone hero with a fan base. You know Silver Surfer has a fan base, and you changed it to a female because the freaking future of the MCU and the Force is female.
It's agenda.
That is your agenda. Bob lying Iger. More vaginas, more letters in the alphabet, the better. And that's exactly why you're going to get hoed when 2025 comes, when you put that bullshit, garbage, fake woke Fantastic Four movie next to a real superhero movie named Superman. You're dead.
This little clip shit that he did, that he's speaking up, is for the consumers and is for the big bosses, the ones who are the investors. The investors see that this is a lot of bullshit that's going on. They see that these boxes are being checked all the time. Black, white, LGBTQ. And the LGBTQ, they're pushing that shit every fucking day. They should have saw, wait a minute, hold up. We just put a movie out. Captain Marvel. Why, if people love Captain Marvel as you say they did and it made $1 billion, why didn't it make $1 billion like this one? If this was if we like that, people like this TV show, Miss Marvel, how come we put her in here and she didn't make a lot of money?
Do you know why?
They like the black girl. Why the black chick didn't make no money? At least black people would have came out to see her. Nobody's coming out. That is a problem. Where the fuck is the money going?
Do you know why Captain Marvel made that $1.1 billion?
They put money onto it.
Nah, because they slated it between Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. So they tricked us to think, oh, we need to see Captain Marvel if we wanted the whole picture. It was very sleazy marketing by Kevin Feige. Feige? You a
Snake.
bitch for that.
Snake.
Kevin Feige, you a whole bitch. You owe me some money, homie. Kevin Feige, you a hoe for that. You put that you knew that shit was weak, and you put it there on purpose. And the only tie-in was that freaking pager.
Yep. Which didn't make no fucking sense.
Man, shit crazy, bro. Motherfuckers.
Hold Nick Fury. You hold your own character. You hold your own character. Nick Fury was like this G. He was a G. He was one of those reps. He was one of those dudes that you had to watch out for.
Ruined him.
His ass got snatched up by his eye got snatched. He said, "Don't ever watch out. Call people your friend. Your friend will betray you." Nigga, you got your eye snatched by a cat.
He was talking about a cat.
A fucking cat.
I keep
Are you
both
serious?
eyes on the prize.
Now, come on, bro. A cat?
A kitty,
You
a
disrespect Nick Fury completely, and we lost all respect for Nick Fury, bro.
He became a pussy by getting his eye clawed out by a pussy.
Facts.
That's crazy.
Facts.
And then what happened to Nick Fury in the Marvel shit that just happened that in Secret Wars? Phew, bro.
No agenda?
That's what I said. Marvel is dead. Is Marvel dead?
Yeah. Marvel been going down, bro. Once they start going, don't get me wrong. When they start going women this, women that, and not taking the male heroes out completely, it's a difference between having a hero and making little boys and little girls see that hero. Not having an agenda for where women this and women that and women this and women that. No! Be a hero to everybody. We saw Captain Marvel shoot freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger's poster. Are you serious? She fell in and shot the shit.
Yeah.
That wasn't a coincidence. That was on purpose.
Hey, we got somebody. Hey, call in and talk to us, bro. I want the smoke. I want to have a discussion, a nice discussion about this, bro, as men. Calm heads prevail. So let's go ahead and go to our first caller. We got Trico. What's up with it, Trico? How you doing, bro?
What's going on, bro?
Everything is good. The MCU is dead.
Absolutely.
Prove me wrong. Oh, he agreed.
No, they did. First of all, I was pissed off when they cast Silver Surfer. Okay, first of all, why would you do this? First of all, what's her name? How you pronounce her name? Ziba, whatever.
Yeah, well,
She started out as an empress. She did not start out as a Silver Surfer before when she married Nora Nor, aka the original Silver Surfer. Then that's when she became the Silver Surfer in the comics. So you mean to tell me you're gonna bring her in and have her build the Silver Surfer already? Like, that's an automatic L and a fail.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did that.
And the thing is, they could have brought back an actual version of Silver Surfer. We only saw one time of the Silver Surfer, and that movie was bad. And now Marvel has the Fantastic Four, and they fumble the bag. How you have your own brand? You got your own brand back, something that y'all been wanting back, and you fumbled the bag.
Yeah.
That is the most horrible shit ever.
But E-Man, you know what's funny? After this Fantastic Four come out, and they see how bad this Silver Surfer is, everybody's gonna apologize for the original Silver Surfer, saying, "Hey, we might have said something bad about y'all. We apologize. Now we got this garbage here." So yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
I think it's another thing too is that it shows us that Disney don't know what the fuck they're doing.
No, they don't.
They don't know what they're doing with these characters.
They know exactly.
They're
what
ruining
they're doing.
these characters.
They know
They're
exactly
fluffing
what
these
they're doing.
characters.
Yeah, they do.
Just like
They're
you
making.
said,
I feel
Tony,
like real Marvel fans.
I don't think you guys understand what Disney's doing, but I do.
no,
real Marvel
just
fans,
like
you're
you said,
taking
Tony,
it.
they
You're
hire
taking us
people
from liking them to
that
hating them.
don't know comics, and they just
So let's
hiring
start
that
first with
just-
Trico. Trico, I don't think that you know what Disney. You don't think that Disney knows what they're doing, but I challenge you by saying, I think that they do know what they're doing, but you just don't know what they're doing.
No, I know exactly what they're doing. Like, they just hiring people just because, and not hiring the right people, like, who know the actual comics.
But those
But
are
don't
the right
hire-
people to them. The right people are what sexuality they are. Are they gay? Are they black? That is what they're doing, and they're doing it. They know what they're doing.
Their agenda.
Like, well, I don't
Yeah.
like for me, I don't have a problem with no like gay people or like but diversity. Like, I want to see people succeed, but the way you just forcing it and not really putting the creative effort, like myself, I'm a filmmaker myself. Like, if you don't put the creativity on it, like that's gonna be like turning in a homework assignment and not giving the effort on it.
I understand, but I want you guys to understand. Disney's doing this 100% on purpose. 100%. Someone asked me, "Do you trust the Marvel with X-Men?" I definitely don't. No. I don't trust them either. That's why I said they're dead. Like, I'm saying these things, but they're just gonna
what they did to
anti-fake wokeify the X-Men. They're gonna ruin them too. It's gonna happen. Trico, we agree with each other, so there's really not much more I can say. But thank you for voicing your opinion, and I'm with you, brother. This is some bullshit.
But hey, but listen, I am excited for Deadpool and Wolverine, but even though that don't feel like an MCU movie to me, I feel like it's its own thing. So
Yeah.
I'm still excited for that. It come July.
Facts. Trico, thank you so very much for calling in, bro. I appreciate you.
All right.
All right. That was Trico. He agreed. It's okay. Let's try to bring somebody else up in here. Welcome 5-star to this motherfucker, bro. Blasphemy.
Yeah,
so
that's what I said.
5-star,
Shit.
how could you blaspheme my life today?
I would say I partially agree with you. The reason I say partially is because I feel like saying something is dead, to me at least, means that there is absolutely no interest at all in something, and clearly there's still an interest with some people with the MCU. But to say it's completely dead,
It's
I mean,
dead.
that just
It's
it's
dead.
not, bro. I mean,
There's no interest. There's no interest outside of blind fanboys.
How
The
many?
general
interest
audience are gone.
I say it's just low interest due to the quality of films and projects we gotten being so bad, to where it's like people have lost faith and trust within the brand of the MCU with Marvel as a whole. And what they got to do is they just got to write it out into Secret Wars and just reboot completely and stop trying to just
We just got a Secret
just to
Invasion.
cater.
How
That
did
was
Secret
horrible.
Invasion figure for them? How did that work out for them? They can't make a secret anything with the way they're doing this. Secret Wars will be trash too. It's dead.
It ain't no point of Secret Wars at all.
But see,
especially
that's the
after
thing,
that.
though, right? Like you're already saying it's gonna be bad because of the quality films we gotten before. So again, it's
Yes,
shown,
we call
it's
that
the track
sanity.
record, right?
It's not.
It's the
We
track
call
record,
that
right?
common sense. We're using your past to judge your future.
Yeah, and the agendas,
and your
they're,
present.
they're focusing.
And that's
You gotta look
fair.
at it like this, 5-star. They're focusing on agendas 24/7.
And I
It's the
agree.
difference between we having characters. They're making the male characters watered down, weak, pathetic, and the women are stronger than the man, and they're making the man.
And I
Shoving his
completely agree.
pigs.
But what I'm trying to say though is that if they stop, just
They're
hiring
not gonna
people just
stop,
to
though.
hire people. They need to. At this point,
Only
they
way
need
for them to
If not,
stop.
they're gonna-
Only way for them to stop. Only way for them to stop is reboot their whole shit.
Hear out 5-star though. Have a conversation with him. At least hear him out. Let us
And
hear
the
his
way
point.
you can do it, and it works out in a storytelling way, is write this shit out. As bad as it's gonna get horrible. Write this shit out until you get to Secret Wars. Use Secret Wars and just completely reboot your universe, and start a clean slate, and stop just catering to the LGBT. Stop just hiring actors just because they check those boxes. No, hire the actor that can do the role properly. Like I agree with y'all when y'all say why do we have a Pedro Pascal, Reed Richards? Like no, that's not Reed Richards. I agree with y'all. They need to stop hiring people just to check boxes and hire who can do the role, who has the skill.
But they're not
and
going to
just
stop.
reboot.
We have established they're not going to stop. Bob Iger. That's why I brought up that article so you wouldn't say it. So if you do say this,
But
I
you're
can
saying
point you to Bob Iger, the head of Disney, who says he does not even think they're being woke. He doesn't even think they're making agenda. He thinks they're entertaining us, bruh.
Okay, but if he's out by 2026, right, and Secret Wars supposed to drop 2025, the year after that when he's out, you can start doing that reboot with whoever comes in new. Hopefully, whoever comes in new doesn't have the same mindset.
And Bob Iger is the one that's going to be ushering them in, indoctrinating his mindset into his protege that's going to come. That's how it works.
Yeah, but I mean that person. I mean, yeah, even if you pick someone who's kind of like him, at the same time, that person still got to look at it and say,
So now
okay,
you're
do I
about
follow down
let's
this
get
path
rid
and
of
keep taking
Iger.
losses,
So
or do I
Disney can
change
come
it
back
up?
after Iger. Now we're saying it's Bob Iger. Once he goes, it's gonna get all fine and dandy and fixed.
I mean, the only thing I can do, looking at it from the outside, is hope that once he steps out and he picks his protege or whatever, whoever comes in, looks at the situation and says, hey, we are losing money. Our stock is taking a bit of dip. Interest in the company is going down. The investors want to change, and you as a CEO, you got to listen to that to make those profits and make your investors happy, right?
That's
Because at the end of the day,
you're
this is
talking.
the company.
You're talking like the MCU is dead right now. You're talking about all.
That's
these
what I'm
ways
saying, though. Like
to reboot, to turn
it's
it around.
not dead because there's still
That's
an
death.
interest, Woody.
I'm sorry.
It's not dead because there's still an interest in it. If it didn't have,
What?
if it had
Let's
absolutely
talk
no
about that.
interest, then I would say
Okay,
it's
so
dead. I
you
would agree with
put
you.
you put life to interest. So I wanna talk about that. Because there is interest in something does not mean that something isn't dead. What I mean by that is, before the MCU even took place, superhero movies have been coming out for the last 30 years. Superman 1, 2, 3, and 4. Batman Returns, Forever, Batman and Robin, Batman Begins, Superman Returns, Daredevil, Elektra, Blade, Spider-Man, X-Men. All of those movies have been coming out, but those movies were only making, if you really go back and look at the box office of
They
those
weren't making
movies,
much. I agree.
they were making 180, 250, 300 million at most of them. Average. That is not, there's interest obviously because you're making 250, 300 million dollars worldwide, 100 million worldwide, but that's not like today. That means interest, but those movies, that the superhero genre
But that was the start
was
of the genre.
dead.
Though.
It didn't even exist back then. Just superhero
Correct.
movies would come out. The genre that was dominating in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s was the action genre. We had action movies that were doing better numbers than superhero movies. That is not the way this new climate is over the last 20 years. Action
How many
movies,
years though,
action
Jody, have we
genre,
had now
the,
of
hold on, the
superhero
action
film?
genre has been replaced by superhero movies. And now those superhero movies are not bringing in the box office that they used to.
And that's something I've said multiple times too, right? We got into the point where we got like 16 years plus almost of superhero films. People are getting
the
tired of the
MCU.
genre. Or okay, 16 plus years of the MCU. People are getting
I don't
tired
think that
of
they're
the
tired of the
superhero
genre.
genre.
I
bro.
disagree. I think they're tired of the MCU.
They're
And
tired of the
MCU
I would
bullshit.
like
agree. I would
films.
say as a whole, the genre of superheroes.
See, DC hasn't even begun to soar its wings yet.
And,
It hasn't
it's,
even
and,
peaked.
and it's sad though that they didn't get an opportunity to do so because
Right.
I feel like they would have done great. But
How do you think that this
Of the
Deadpool
MCU.
3 movie is going to do? You don't think Deadpool 3 is going to get close or pass $1 billion?
hell no. Hell no. I give
Okay.
it at the most like
Whoa.
675.
Really? You think Deadpool
Maybe-
3 with
maybe
Logan's
700 million?
Wolverine is going to make $675 million
Ryan Reynolds.
worldwide?
At the most. At the most I give it 750 at the most.
Okay, so that's bullshit, number one. Number two, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 that came out just a few months ago made 800 something million dollars. 800 million around there. Bro, Deadpool 3 is going to blow that out the water. You're looking at
Guardians
$1 billion
Guardians
type
3
movie.
was a good quality film though. Even though you have your
Deadpool
issues
3
with it,
I know.
I have issues with it too. But it's a good.
I
it's a good
bring
film
up
though.
Guardians 3 because the hype around Guardians 3 is not on the same level as the hype around Deadpool 3.
Facts.
Logan, Wolverine, when those trailers haven't come out yet. When those trailers drop, motherfuckers gonna go crazy. It was a teaser that came out.
But it's mostly due though because people know that once you have Wolverine in that shit, you have the X-Men by extension in some capacity. So it's
But
mostly X-Men hype
but
that's
the
driving
point
that.
that I'm making is you're wrong. Superhero genre is not dead. They're tired of the MCU formula bullshit. And that Deadpool 3 is gonna prove it. When Deadpool 3 makes 900 million, $1 billion, that's gonna prove what I've been saying. They're not tired of the MCU. They're tired of the kiddie popcorn bullshit MCU movies that have no substance, bland characters, and ugly CG.
They tired of that agenda. Tired of the agenda. Bro.
Yes.
The world. If you think about it, 5-star. What I wanted to say is like, if the MCU is not dead, why did the Marvels not make the money it was supposed to make?
First of all, that movie was heavily marketed as like an all-female superhero movie, mostly marketed towards women, right? We can all
But
agree that movie was marketed like that. Now, quality-wise, writing, story, everything about that film is just bad.
But
It's a bad film overall.
but
There's nothing good about that film.
if people love, like they're into Marvel and they're into it like crazy, bro. Like you say, the fans are there. The fans didn't show up. They didn't show up because they're tired of it.
But who mostly went to go see it? It's the fanboys, right? And I agree with y'all. The fanboys are keeping the MCU alive. That's
Correct.
what I'm trying to say, though, right? That group of people, the fanboys, is what's making it stay alive and not letting it die.
The
moment
fanboys
they
is why
stop
it's dead. No.
supporting-
The fanboys do not count. It's dead because it doesn't have
But how could they
general
not count
audience
when they're
anymore.
going to the box office? Even though
Fanboys do not
it's
count.
not making them
Like,
profit, Jody. They're still
here's
going
what
to the
I'm
box office,
saying.
spending money on these movies and that merchandise.
I understand. Once again, I'm going to direct you to Superman 1, 2, 3, 4, Batman 89, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman Begins, Batman and Robin, Deadpool, freaking Daredevil, Elektra. A lot of those movies, a lot of those that I named are trash, but they kept coming out because of the fanboys who eat that shit up. But it was still considered dead. Wasn't making no money. They just threw them out because there was a fan base that would go see them to make enough money to just continue to make another one. That's
them
what
by.
the MCU is. It is not alive and thriving. It's dead. Fanboys do not count there. You need the general audience. You need the mom and the dad, the auntie, the little nephews. I remember 2012 very vividly. Once Avengers hit and everybody was in that theater seeing that shit, made $1.5 billion. The next movie that came out after that was Iron Man 3. Everybody went to go see
But
Iron Man
at the
3.
same time, though, it was a party of
Families,
films around that
everybody
time.
was in the MCU
Yeah.
watching MCU movies.
Yep.
It was a thing. You needed to watch all the MCU movies so you could get the whole picture of what's happening.
Civil
it was
War.
It was like a what do you call them? Those daytime soap opera.
Yeah.
It was like a soap opera.
That's a good way. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Now, nobody cares to watch the latest installment because they don't care about the narrative of
They
the
don't
MCU
trust them.
right
They
now.
don't trust them either. That's another thing. They don't trust Marvel
But that's
anymore.
what I'm saying, though.
The people
It's
don't
that
trust them because
quality.
they see the
That
bullshit. First of
quality.
all, no parent want to keep seeing their daughter or their son take their kid to the movies, and next thing you know, the person that's supposed to be straight is LGBTQ. A lot of people don't want to see that shit. You're taking your kids here. You're putting that already in there. A lot of people aren't feeling that shit now. And you're putting it in a kid's movie. This is a kid's movie. That's not the way to go.
The MCU has a reputation. It's a kid franchise.
Yeah.
It's for kids.
They need to start.
But you're
going
putting
away
type
from
of
that
sex into it that shouldn't be there.
Because
we're
the
we're
reason
here
why-
for the pop. You're supposed to be here for the popcorn. You were here for the action, the thrill, the story. Not
the people
the
who the
agenda.
MCU was made for, right, are in their mid 20s, early 30s. Because this shit started in what, 08? I was like 12 years old, 10 years old around that time, bro. I'm in my late
The
20s,
MCU
right? They need to
is for
stop
everybody.
going for kids and no, that shit was made for kids who were my age back then. That shit was basically to sell toys to us. We grew
How
out.
old were you?
08, I was
How
like 10
old
years
were
old.
you in 08?
10 years old.
The MCU was not for you. Iron Man 1 was not for 10 years
Yeah,
old.
that was some dark
That
shit.
was a serious movie.
yeah, facts.
Go back and watch Iron Man 1 and think you.
Yeah, it was.
think you
I
were-
agree. It was a serious. The
Alright.
tone was different.
That movie was made for.
That's what got
older
me into
folk.
the MCU. It was that tone. Once they hit to like Avengers and they started getting post Avengers era, when it was no longer Paramount, it was Marvel Studios and shit, Disney. That's when I will always say
There is a
moment
sex scene in
Marvel
Iron Man.
Studios became
He
a thing and
smashes
Disney
the
got them.
reporter.
Yeah, when they fall on the floor
Yes.
and shit. Yeah, yep.
That's the only time you're gonna see a sex scene in the MCU.
Yep.
When Iron Man in Iron Man 1 smashes that reporter and she's in his bed naked.
Yep.
That and the only other time is when Icarus made love to Cersei. But that was in Eternals and y'all hated that though.
But who did the first set of movies? It was Paramount, was it not?
Yeah, that's before Disney got their hands on it.
Okay, so the Paramount quality of films, right, which is from Iron Man 1 up into, I believe, the first Avengers film, right?
Yeah.
Right. That first phase, the quality, you cannot tell me that quality in as far as storytelling and being more serious is better than a phase 2 or
Yes.
phase 3.
Yes. You're proving my point for me though. Because we are having a discussion about Disney being trash and it's dead.
Yep.
This isn't the MCU that Paramount owns is dead. No.
But it's
This
the
is
writing
Disney's
though.
MCU
At the end of the
that's
day,
dead.
Joe, it's the writing. If they fix the writing, they can and they stop doing
If
this.
they
agenda
this,
bullshit,
if
can-
they that, I can do that all day
They
long.
have
I
to
know
do
how
it,
to
though.
fix
They
the
have to.
MCU. I got a video on exactly how to do it. But that doesn't matter if motherfuckers like Iger and the people that work there
And
are
that's what I'm saying.
fake woke trash.
You write this
It's
shit
not
out
about
to
that.
2025 when Secret Wars is supposed to come out. You get
This
a,
is not
the
a
new
discussion.
CEO, and the new CEO
This-
has to let that shit.
I know, but you're
just
going off on a
reboot.
tangent. This is not a discussion about how to fix the MCU. I'm telling you it's dead, disagree or not. And if you're disagreeing, you're saying it's not dead because fanboys, who gives a freak about them? They'll continue. They still are waiting for the next Star Wars movie.
Even the
by
general
Disney.
audience is going and checking that shit, even though
No,
people don't know.
they've lost the general audience.
And the
it's
general
over.
and the general audience was just stupid. They didn't care what it was. They would go watch
Disney
it. Not
has
anymore.
lost
The general audience didn't know who
audience.
fucking Captain America was, bro.
They
Let's
just
keep it
saw
a buck.
the
People didn't know who
scenes and
Captain
thought it
America
tight.
was, who the Avengers were.
Wakanda Forever
into those
made
movies came out.
$675 million after Black Panther 1 made
And that-
$1.3 billion. It made almost half of what
Okay,
Black Panther
but when did
made,
Black
bro.
Panther drop? When did Black Panther drop? Black History Month.
2018.
Okay, Black History Month though too.
Are you saying that Black Panther made $1.3 billion because of Black History Month?
Yes, it boosted that shit up.
It
You have a black
Wait. Hold on. I'm trying to understand your
black
logic.
director doing Black History Month, bro. Come on now.
I'm trying to understand your logic. They put it at Black History Month. That's why it did so well. Not the fact that it was a good movie and it had great word of mouth
That helped
and
it
everybody
too.
went
Had
to
it
go
been
see
a poor movie though, it still would have done good. I guarantee
It's
you that.
not because. Wait a minute. Do you remember? I remember social media exploding. Wakanda forever. We will not do that here. We will not have it. Everybody had a gift about because it was revolutionary. When people seen Black Panther, they were motivated and moved to make skits, videos, tell their family and friends to go see Black Panther. Black Panther was a movement.
Yeah, we never heard of Black Panther like that, bro. A lot of black people never even knew that it was a black hero. All we knew was Jon Stewart, Spawn, and maybe Icon, but nobody knew about Black Panther. A king at that much? A king?
And that being the reason, the fact that Wakanda Forever should have did better than Black Panther because you already had the tracks laid out and the fan base there. So of course I want to see the sequel, right?
Yeah.
Wrong. If Wakanda Forever was the movie that came out in 2018, that would not have made $1.3 billion.
Facts.
Do you would believe that, 5-star?
Facts.
If the quality of film that Black Panther Wakanda Forever is, and it dropped at the same time that the first Black Panther did,
would it have made 1.3 billion?
If I'm taking out having Black Panther 1 having ever existed,
yes,
it would have not made the billion, but it would have made a good amount of money just because it came out during Black History Month, and
it would not have even made $1 billion. It would not have even made $1 billion.
No, it wouldn't, because the quality of the film is bad.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't tell me, it's because of
sugar and that.
Come on.
There's a little sugar and dazzle in that bitch.
Don't say that. That's a cop out. You know what I'm saying? All I call that is good scheduling.
Yeah.
You know, like when they put a romantic comedy on Valentine's Day. I mean, you can't just say, "Oh, that movie only made money because of Valentine's Day." It has to be a good movie, right?
Wakanda Forever should have been hidden on a deeper path because of Chadwick Boseman passing away in the connection that everybody built up with this character, but it wasn't.
This conversation is going to continue live, but that's it for the motherfucking clip. Thank you guys so very much. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Only two motherfuckers don't want no smoke here.